Okay, Kevin says if I copy and paste half a news article from another site as a blog post for my site, and I remove the original article's outbound links plus cite the source with a click here for more information or click here for original article, can my site get hit by Google for duplicate content? No, it can't, Kevin. Duplicate content only applies for duplicate content on the same site. It does not apply for republishing content onto other sites. Okay, especially when you have an attribution link, which is what you should have, because you should absolutely cite the source when you're borrowing content from other sites. Guys, it's only ethical to begin with, but plus that's, there's a legal aspect of it too, but ethically you should be citing the source anyways. And no, duplicate content only applies to duplicate content on the same domain. It does not apply to on other sites. Should I just add the canonical tag to the click here for original link to be safe? Well, you could, but then you'd be passing, like, you technically could do that. For example, like if you're using like the Yoast SEO plugin or whatever, you can set a canonical tag in the plugin, the plugin settings for that post or that page, and you could set a canonical tag to point to the original. But I wouldn't do that, especially if you're only doing like, if you're curating content, you don't want to do that because you want your curated post to stand on its own. You would just attribute or cite the source within the post itself to where you got the content for that particular snippet that you've curated, but you're going to be curating other sources too, and you can only set a canonical to point to one location, right? And so typically, Kevin, I don't recommend using other people's content as the only content for a blog post. Like, what I mean by that is not like just take one source of content, republish it on your own blog, and put an attribution link to the source and say, okay, that's it, I'm done, my blog post is done. Don't do that. If you're going to borrow other people's content, either curate it with additional content sources, like at least two. So take a little bit of an article from here, cite the source, then take a little bit of an article or a video that's topically relevant to the same point that you're trying to make within your blog post, and post that. At least two content sources. You're better off with three, but I would say a minimum of two. Cite the sources and also inject your own opinion into the article so that it does make it unique and original. That's what you really want, because Google loves that kind of content. Google loves curated content if it's done right.
And what you just explained is explained in further detail in Curation Mastery.
Yeah, exactly. Curation Mastery, Kevin. If you haven't picked that up, get it, or come join the Mastermind and you'll get that for free as part of the Mastermind, because Curation Academy is an entire course specifically about how to curate content properly, the way that Google loves, and how you can actually create a content marketing business out of that, which is an entire another source of revenue. A lot of my money from client work, from the question that Florian asked, comes from content marketing, not necessarily SEO. It comes from content marketing because the content marketing is part of my SEO strategy. And we do blogging, like I provide blogging services to businesses that syndicate to their syndication networks and update their social media properties. So it's kind of like a content marketing business with some SEO benefits. And that's a really good stream of revenue because it's all outsourced,